So this will be a video on how to build the COVID-19 Decon guns that we've built. We've built one for our dedicated COVID-19 ambulance, which is a rig-mounted unit, and then we've also built one that is portable that runs off an SCBA using both using HVLP guns. I know there's a lot of this going around on social media and forums and things like that, but I thought I'd throw this out there, and this is how we configured ours. For the rig mounted, we just have these spring or compression fit SCBA tank holders mounted to the shelf on the ambulance, and we have these are surplus from our compressor, our bottle compressor, that brings us from the SCBA fitting to pipe thread. And then we had Williston Fire and Safety donate a single stage regulator that brings us from our 4500 or whatever we got in our bottle down to an operating pressure for these HVLP guns. Typically we'll run ours at about 40 psi. And then we've got an air fitting on this side, just a quick connect. We've got a self-coiling line that goes to our HVLP gun. Fairly simple to use. All you do is just turn on your SCBA bottle, come over to your regulator. This bottle has about 3600 psi in it. On the intake side, on your output side, you want to see anywhere between 40 and 50-ish psi for this specific HVLP gun. We just take it off of our shelf there. If we need to change our pressure, we just dial this dial here. Make sure that our supply valve is open on this side, and we would obviously add our Decon solution to the hopper and decontaminate whatever it is that we need to decon. With this specific gun, we've got volume adjustment and pattern adjustment here, and yeah, so that's the rig mounted unit that we have. We also have about another 50 feet of line that I'm going to add to it so we can move about and clean the entire rig. And then for the portable, I'm going to preface this by saying that this is not Scott recommended where we've modified this, but it works. So anyhow, we have just an old, actually out of service pack that had a broken frame and some other issues with it, but all the plumbing and the regulators and everything were still good and in service. As everybody knows, Scott has a dual stage regulator to bring us down from the 4500. Then you get to your high pressure regulator here that brings you to about 110. And what we've done is, where it would come to your face piece, we've cut the line, and so we're getting about 110 psi right here, which would normally be dropped by your face piece to about the 30 to 40 psi range. And we cut it, and we've inserted a 1/4 inch nipple with 1/8 inch thread, and just hose clamp that on there. And then we've got a bushing that brings us from that 1/4 inch to our 3/8 for our air fittings. And we just have an HVLP gun, which we've got a quick connect here for that, just a normal air fitting. And then this HVLP gun, we need to bring it down from, like I said, we were getting 110 psi from our high pressure regulator, and for the gun we need to bring it down to roughly 40 to 50-ish psi. And so we just have a inline regulator here where we can dial it back and bring it down to that requisite pressure. All we do is you put the SCBA on. Sorry for the phone, I gotta use two hands here. You connect the line to your gun, and you would put your pack on, just like you would normally, and fill your hopper with the Decon solution, and whatever it is that needs to be decontaminated, you would just go around, and you can adjust with this specific gun. Same as the gun in our rig mounted truck, you can adjust your volume and your pattern with those knobs. So hopefully somebody finds that useful if you guys are looking to make something like that.